Hello, my name is Scarlett and I run a small business called AFRAYED Upcycling. And today I'm going to show you how to make some minor adjustments to your Polly Tea dress pattern and your Tammy dress pattern so that these can fit you perfectly. So just a bit about the patterns. I created both of them with the idea of using a tea towel because ever since 2022 I have been obsessed with including tea towels in garments. And it started off with the Joy mini tea towel dress pattern and now it has grown into the Polly Tea and the Tammy dress pattern. The Polly Tea features a tea towel at the very front of the dress, and the Tammy dress has the tea towel in the skirt part of the dress on the lower half of the body. But what's even cooler about these patterns is that they have been designed to have the armhole as the same as the sleeve extension pack. So if you fancy doing a ruffle sleeve, you can. If you fancy doing a puff sleeve, you can. And would you believe if you want to do a bishop sleeve, you can. Then in terms of adjustments, the Polly Tea in particular, it is a rectangular piece, a tea towel. So if you've got that and you've got a bust, you're gonna probably get some gapage at the very top on your upper bust area, unless you do something with this in order to reduce that part. So in this video, I am going to show you some different ways in adjusting this gapage, as well as changing it into a V neckline, just like the Joy mini tea towel dress pattern. I also show you how to adjust the front waist length on the Tammy dress, as well as how to increase and decrease your shoulder length. Both the Tammy and the Polly have a slightly dropped sleeve, and it works so well with the ruffle sleeve and it works really well with the puff sleeve. But if you want it to be a little pushed up, I'm going to show you how to do that, and I'm going to show you how to adjust the bishop sleeve so it all fits well. And whatever you make with my patterns, please do tag me because it's the whole reason why I'm doing this. I love seeing what people create. And if you wouldn't mind, please do like, comment and subscribe. It really does help. Now let's crack on with the Polly Tea dress. Let's go. I'm wearing a size large and my bust is about 14.5 inches, so there is a lot of ease, but I just wanted to show you how much gapage there is if I was to go with something that was a little bit more oversized. So to make the darts, you're going to pinch the middle and measure how much excess that you need to take out. So I've measured about 2 centimeters on this side, and then obviously because it's a little pinch, we're going to double that, so about 4 centimeters needs to be taken out of this bust gape region. I'm measuring how far down I want my dart to end, so I would recommend to go for where the upper bust lies. So it's not really where the middle of your bust is, it's just a little bit higher than that. Next, you're just going to quickly mark where the bodice piece ends on the tea towel. Transfer the notch on the wrong side of the fabric and then measure how far down you wanted your dart to end. Make sure that you measure from the seam line, not the very top of that tea towel. So I measured about 7 centimeters. Then whatever measurement that you are taking out, you're going to divide it by 2 and then create 2 darts at that width. So I wanted to take out 4 centimeters out of the neckline. So I'm going to create 2 darts that are 2 centimeters wide. Then the fun part is testing it out. So I'm going to sew these darts together and sew the dress as I would, and then we can see how it turns out. Fabulous, and as you can see, it is so much better on my bust. It's not gaping, it curves nicely around the bust. Fab. And if it isn't fitting nicely, then this is a great time to readjust. So unpick the dart and maybe pinch it a little bit more, or maybe the dart needs to be a bit higher or lower. And then once you're happy with the fit, we're going to transfer that onto your pattern piece. If you wanted to line the tea towel piece, then it's really easy. You basically just transfer the pattern piece onto a bit of scrap paper, including the dart that you've done as well. And then making sure that the lining piece is a little bit shorter than your dart, cut that out and then cut along the dart lines like I'm doing here. Then you are going to stick those pieces together and it should be slightly angled. Tape it together and then basically just cut that piece on fold, and you've created your own little dart but no dart lining piece, and it just makes it all lovely and neat. Another option is to add elastic at the neckline. So I've gone for 2.5 centimeters wide elastic for this. And then to create the tea towel lining piece, you need it as long as the length that is mentioned in the instructions. So 1.5 centimeters for the seam allowance. And then I'm going to do 3 centimeters, and that is the 2.5 centimeters for the elastic with a little 5mm gap, and then a 1 centimeter seam allowance for that as well. Then you basically attach the lining piece as normal, give it a really good press, and then on the hem of that tea towel lining piece, you're going to fold in that 1 centimeter that you did, and then edge stitch as close as you can to that seam. Then trim off the excess like you would do for the normal Polly Tea pattern, and then trim some elastic a little bit wider than your neckline. Then grab a little safety pin and feed the elastic through that channel that you've just made. Before pulling the whole elastic out, you can usually feel around where the end of the elastic is, and you want it just before the neckline starts, and you want to do a row of stitches just to keep that elastic in place as shown here. Then pull the elastic through and then just pin it at the neckline like you did before, and then try it on to make sure you are happy with how much elastic is used. And as you can see, the elastic is peeking out, so if you need to make it tighter, just pull on it and then readjust the pin. Once you are happy with the fit, you can go ahead and stitch where that pin is like you did with the other side of the neckline. Then to finish it off, just really pull that elastic and trim it, and then just even it out a little bit. And voila, you have a more elasticated neckline. Cut a piece of fabric about 10 centimeters long and 8 centimeters wide, and then you are going to fold that piece in half, open it out, and then fold the 2 longer lengths inside with the little crease line being a guide. And then you're going to fold the shorter edges and stitch them down. Fold the neckline in half so you can get the middle, then place that little piece that you've just pressed and sewn and place it on the wrong side of the fabric like I'm doing here. Then to stitch it on, you are going to sew down the left and right hand side of the piece and then straight down the middle. Then once you've done that, grab your drawstring, whether that's lace or a bit of sewn bias binding, and then you're going to feed it at the top, going back up through the little channel. You can rouge the fabric to create a nice little gathered neckline. For this, you are going to need your tea towel pattern piece, the front top bodice piece and the side bodice piece as well. Draw in all of the seam lines. Make sure you remember that the top of the tea towel and the top of the side bodice piece and the bottom of the top bodice piece has a 1.5 centimeter seam allowance. I've drawn them on the back of the pattern pieces just because it's a little bit more visible. Then grabbing some scrap paper, I'm just going to line the pattern pieces along their seam lines. Then from the tea towel piece, you are going to draw an extra 1.5 centimeters. Then where the seam lines meet on the top bodice piece, you are going to join a curve from that point all the way to that point that you made on the tea towel. Use this video as a guide to help you. Then you are going to want to draw in the seam allowances, so 1 centimeter for the neckline, following that curve that you did before, and you should have a lovely V-neck pattern piece. The Polly Tea has a slight dropped shoulder, and it's fine. It is a very relaxed fit, but if you wanted to add the bishop sleeve, then I recommend maybe taking in the shoulders a little bit. Then on your bodice pattern piece, you're going to measure the middle of the shoulder and then about 2 or 3 centimeters up on your bodice piece. Cut along both these lines, and if you want to reduce the shoulder, you're going to measure on the larger piece of paper that you see there how much you want taken off. So I am going to do 4 centimeters, which is quite dramatic. I probably wouldn't recommend doing such a large measurement, but it is handy to know. And then slide that cut piece along that horizontal line so it meets where you've done your marking. Begin to draw around the new bodice piece by smoothing out the shoulder line and then drawing in a new curve for the armhole. And you do the exact same process for the back. So again, middle of the shoulder, sort of midway on the armhole, and then cut it and then move it inwards. And this actually works if you want to extend the shoulder length as well. So cut it out and then move it outwards and then rejoin the armhole. I need to clarify, I am not a professional, but this is just how I've been doing things and it seems to work. Make sure it all matches, just draw in the seam lines of both pattern pieces, align them on the seam line and then make any adjustments that you need to. If you've made quite a change to the armhole, then you will probably need to make some minor adjustments to the sleeve. Using the seam lines that you have drawn in, you are going to measure the front and back armhole lengths. So run the tape along these seam lines to get an accurate measurement and just jot them down somewhere. Then grab your bishop sleeve and you are going to measure the front and back armhole lengths as well. So the one triangle is the front of the sleeve and the 2 triangles is the back of the sleeve. And obviously you have your shoulder seam, which is the middle. Jot them down and figure out what the difference is. You want the head sleeve to be about 2 to 3 centimeters larger than your armhole. So here's a quick little way to add ease into your sleeve head. Firstly, create a line joining both underarms. Then from your middle shoulder notch, draw a line that is 90 degrees to that line and then cut along this line and then the 2 lines not going all the way to the end of the pattern pieces. Here is what I mean. Then what you do is you stick the pattern piece down only on that line that you've cut, which I can show you here. And then what you can do is you can raise and lower the 2 little sleeve pieces in order to increase or decrease length. So I'm going to measure about 1.5 centimeters in order to have the right measurement, and then I'm going to stick these down and then draw in the new sleeve head. Make sure to transfer notches. And now with the new measurement, you have hopefully created a sleeve that is going to fit really well in your new pattern piece. And here is the new sleeve, and it looks really good with the new shoulder. With the ruffle sleeve and the puff sleeve, because they are quite gathered, you actually don't need to make any adjustments to these, which is great. Also, with a reduced shoulder length, whenever you attach the ruffle sleeve in particular, it will stick up more rather than down. So here you go, you can see the difference here. I'm going to show you how to heighten this tea towel piece and shorten the bodice piece. And it's really simple to do. Firstly, you need your tea towel piece, your side bodice piece, and your top bodice piece. You're going to work with the tea towel piece first. So grab some paper, stick the pattern piece on, and then draw in the seam allowance, which again is 1.5 centimeters from the edge of that pattern piece. Say I want to raise the neckline by about 2.5 centimeters. From that seam line, I draw a 2.5 centimeter line, and then from there I add the 1.5 centimeter seam allowance, which is going to be the new seam allowance of your pattern piece. Draw around the remaining edges and then cut this pattern piece out. Then I'm going to trace around the side bodice piece and once again draw in the 1.5 centimeter seam allowance, And then from there, draw 2.5 centimeters from that line going upwards, and then another 1.5 centimeter seam allowance. Then I'm just going to connect the rest of the pattern piece, cut that out, and then we can work on the top bodice piece. So for this piece, we are subtracting 2.5 centimeters. So again, draw in your seam allowance from the bottom, and then we are going to do 2.5 centimeters going up on that seam line. And then from that seam line, you are actually going to do 1.5 centimeters going back down. And then you're going to get rid of the other little line that you did, draw around the rest and cut it out. And as you can see with the original pattern piece, it is a little bit shorter. To make sure that it all matches and it's all good to go, you're going to draw in the remaining seam allowances on the pattern pieces, and then matching the seam lines, not the edge of the pattern pieces, you're going to fix it all together as if you were going to make the garment like here. And then as you can see, when you line it up, there is a tiny little bit of excess, so just grab your rotary cutter and trim that off. And there you go, you should have your pattern pieces for your raised neckline. There are two lines on the Tammy bodice pattern piece. You've got the short and lengthen line, which is through the armholes, and then this line which has been formed from sticking the PDF pattern together. But we're actually going to use both to shorten the front waist length. Say I want to remove 2.5 centimeters, I'm going to distribute it with 1 centimeters being taken from the armhole part and then 1.5 being taken away from the lower half of the bodice. So from these lines, I'm going to draw these measurements onto the pattern piece. So 1.5 centimeters from that bottom line, 1 centimeters from this top line. Then what I'm going to do is cut along those original lines. Because I want to shorten the waist length, I am going to overlap them using the grain line arrow that you see here. And it works the same if you want to increase the length. You basically pull the pieces apart with the amount that you want to add into the length. And it's a really easy way of adding and subtracting length into your bodice piece. Trim any excess paper at the sides. And with any adjustment, make sure whatever you do to the front bodice piece, you do to the back bodice piece. Another quick and easy way of adding and subtracting ease in your sleeve is to draw a line between both the front and back notches as shown here. Cut along this line, then like what you did with the bodice, you can either overlap or spread this pattern piece to add or subtract ease. So because I took 1 centimeter out of the armhole, I'm going to overlap this by 1 centimeter and create a nice smooth new sleeve head. I also wanted to quickly show you that when we did the shoulder adjustment on the Polly Tea, you can literally do the exact same with the Tammy. So marking the middle of the shoulder and then the middle of the armhole and then sliding it in or out depending if you want a shorter or longer shoulder length. If you don't want to add a tie and you just want to create a dress that can be thrown over your head, you'll need to grab your back bodice piece, draw in the 1 centimeter seam allowance as shown here, and then you're going to cut that piece off. Because you have removed the seam allowance, you will need to cut this on fold in fabric. I would start by lowering the neckline by about 3 centimeters and widening it by about 2 centimeters. Then to make sure that the neckline matches, draw in the seam allowances on the shoulders and then just double check that all the lines are matching. I would really recommend that you make the bodice in cheap like calico fabric. That way you can cut away at the calico, making sure that the piece will fit over your head once you've finished it. Hopefully you found this tutorial really helpful and you're able to create some really good fitting garments. Thank you so much and I will see you next time. Bye!